Hey guys, sorry if you hear my dog barking, barking one or throwing up in the background. He's still doing this. I want to, we're recording. I'm going to make sure I have everyone muted. Let's see. I thought I knew how to mute everybody.
Go to participants and then.
That's it. Manage participants. I got it. Mute all. Thank you. I'm like, I thought I had this. All right. So you'll just have to unmute yourself. And then we're recording. All right, good. So guys, thank you for jumping on the Team Fit Hoots Monday night team call. We've been all over the place the past couple weeks with different times. So I know this is our first time back at 6:30 and it's early and it's still light out. It used to be dark, remember, when we were doing these calls and it was dark out. Now it's light and it feels so early. So I know it's a little transition, but we have amazing content tonight. I know a lot of our team is starting to build their like pages. And Amanda Miller is like the one person that started her like page and was just consistent and killed it. So she's going to share her tips with us tonight for all of you guys who are eager to grow your like page. Before we jump into that, and I introduced her, I want to just remind you guys, of course, 21 Day Fix is on sale this month, 21 Day Fix Extreme. The Kickstart kits are on sale this month. The Beachbody special just went live today, and I don't recommend blasting your pages with this special. Keep it to like an event or an email out to your customers, or chat with them, send them that cool graphic that shares the stuff. But I'm talking to my people still about my challenge group. So I'm not really diving into that yet. I don't know about you, Amanda, but I'm kind of still working my challenge group, filling that up. And I offered my accountability group the special. My team knows, my customers who already told me no challenge group this month. I'm letting them know, hey, cool. I know maybe not this month. Maybe you want to get a program and join my accountability group. So that's an option for sharing the Beachbody special. That is listed. That Canada goes live tomorrow, and there's a little bit different stuff. So check that out. And I think that is it. I don't think there's anything else. I could be wrong. I don't know if there's anything else going on. Super, super duper important. But other than that, I'm going to introduce Amanda. She is a 1-star diamond. She has been coaching 3 years, right? She is Sproing Fitness. Like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this. She'll have to kind of show you, or just check out her page and you'll get a full idea of it. I'm so excited. I'm going to do it my first time in Chicago. In my birthday month, I'm like, I'm going to do Sprung with you. Sproing. I call it the wrong thing all the time. But she is a part of an awesome fitness equipment gym type company. But I knew her as a Beachbody coach at first. She wasn't a part of that. She didn't have this, huge like company under her, this other fitness life. She'll tell you her story and how she got started, hopefully a little bit. And she has blossomed into this amazing fitness like guru that really has built a brand, and she's done it on her like page, and she does it by sharing herself and sharing her knowledge and sharing herself, like just sharing her personality. So 1-star diamond, Success Club 10 legend, one of my besties on Team Fit Addicted, and I've spent so many times away with her at Summit and trips, and she's one of our upline's top coaches. So I'm just so honored to finally have her on our team call. Amanda Miller. Was that long enough?
That was awesome. Thank you. So yeah, I'll give you guys a little bit of my background. I started as a discount coach in 2013 when I saw a picture of myself, and I'm a little bit hoarse right now. I had a bachelorette party this weekend and I realized I cannot hang anymore. I cannot drink 2 nights in a row. I'm a loser. So bear with my voice. But I started as a discount coach when I saw a photo of myself, and I was just like disgusted with my body and how I was just like changing for the worse. And I was just kind of in a place where I hated my job. I was not comfortable in my clothes. I was just generally negative and kind of worn out. And if you know me, which most of you don't, but Missa does, I'm a like quit bitching about it and change it. Like a very tough love. Like the girls on the team know me as kind of the aggressor. I used to work with lawyers, so I'm a don't like it, fix it, change it, find a solution. So I did, and I found Chalene Extreme and Shakeology and fell in love with the product, started seeing results. And it's funny that Missa introduced me as like a fitness guru, because you guys, I used to eat everything out of a box, and I drank multiple sodas a day, and I had no idea how to fuel my body. Even when I started Beachbody, because I didn't really do the meal plan with Chalene Extreme, I just did the workouts. I had no idea what I was doing. I was way under eating. I wasn't eating any protein, so I had no idea what I was doing. And I share that with you guys because you might be starting out and feel like you have no clue what's going on. But if you really like do your due diligence on your programs, you'll learn so much about how to eat right and fuel your body and how to help people do the same. Like I'm not a certified nutritionist. I'm not even a personal trainer group. I teach group fitness classes, but I'm not certified through any of the big organizations. I'm certified through my gym. So I just hope that brings you guys a little bit of confidence in yourself that like you can learn along the way with the resources that Beachbody has to offer and become your own kind of guru. So I'm going to stop talking about me though and get into the goods, you guys. So I want, just like by a show of hands, how many of you are at coach status right now? Okay, how many emeralds? Any emeralds? Yay. And any diamonds on the call? Perfect. So you guys are like fresh in the business, getting started. Oh, whoa. It's just like my whole view just changed. Now I see me. Whoa, hello. Okay. Okay, so how many of you are running like pages? How many of you are like, F you, Facebook, I hate you? Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do. Not right now, but when we get off this call, write this down. This is the first thing I want you to do. I want you to go to your like page, and I want you to scroll it as an outsider. I want you to scroll it as if you're someone that's stumbled upon your page, whether it be a friend, a family member, or a total stranger. And I want you to look at it from outside in and ask yourself, how are my posts looking? Is there a ton of promotional posts? Is it salesy? Is it a lot of come join me? Is a lot of you and your shaker, or you and your DVDs, or you and your heart rate monitor? I want you to look at your content and ask yourself, is this helpful? Would I want to follow this? Is this an account that like is really providing value to my life? And if the answer is no, I'm going to give you some help today on all of that, okay? So the reason why I have 277,000 followers is because I have worked really, really, really hard on creating content that can actually change lives, okay? And I don't mean that I spend like hours and hours and hours a day like trying to be, like an expert. I share my story and I share what I'm good at, which is putting together little workout clips and videos and stuff. You can check out my page if you haven't already. And doing what I'm really good at to provide value in the lives of others, okay? So, hold on, I'm just going through my notes. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Sorry. So the biggest thing is like, what are people following you for and what's going to keep them coming back, okay? If you're posting on Facebook, but you're not posting at the right times and you're not posting the things that people want to see from you, you're not going to be relevant. People aren't going to keep coming back to your page, okay? And if they aren't consistently clicking like, you're not going to be showing up for them, okay? And I know it's easy for us to be like, oh, Facebook sucks. They're hiding all my stuff. I was there. I was totally there. I don't know if I'm ever going to possibly build a business this way because they're just hiding all my stuff. But guys, what they're doing is they're protecting the consumer experience, right? So there are all these MLMs out there, network marketing companies. Think about like all of them that you see. We've got Thrive. We've got Herbalife. We've got Isagenix. We've got Jamberry. We've got, there's like 1,000 companies spamming their salesy stuff all over Facebook, right? So that is why Facebook has made those promotional, join me, I want to make money here, a little bit harder to see. So there are ways to get around it. I'll talk about that a little bit, but you really got to work hard at solid content that's meaningful and motivational, and it's a good mix. Okay, so by diving into my content and making it a priority, like really, really consistently, my page went from like 25,000 followers, which I paid basically for every single one of them, to just almost 300,000. And I don't run any ads. I pay $0 on Facebook. My reach is really, really pretty organic and massive right now, which is hard to do on Facebook. But the one thing that I did is I just really focused on being consistent in what I was good at and what my following started liking seeing, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to go through some tips, you guys. And it's going to be in content and just in social media in general, okay? So you can get all your kinds of papers. We're going to kind of dive in. So first thing is you own a business, okay? You are the CEO of your own company. You are responsible for understanding what works on social media. You need to do your due diligence on it and understand. So Facebook changes like every other minute their algorithms with what's working. Sometimes it's video, sometimes it's live feed. It used to be photos. It's changed 1,000 times and it will continue to change, right? And so it is your job to make sure you're doing your due diligence on what's working, okay? Do some research. Invest in some trainings with like Jesse Reagan or Sandy Krakowski, or like Gary Vaynerchuk is constantly doing cool, things on social media to give you tips. You need to understand what's working, and you need to go with the flow. Because if you're scared of being on video right now, if you're scared of doing a live function, your business is going to suffer. You got to really, really go with what's working and attack it. So for example, how many of you have done a challenge group post in the last couple weeks and got like 5 views on it? Nobody's seeing it, right? Because you're using a photo, I assume. So what's hot on Facebook right now? Video and live feed. So rather than trying to just get more people to see that post because that's what's comfortable, why not hop on a live feed, give 3 tips for fill in the blank, whether maybe you're a great meal prepper, maybe you are awesome with nutrition tips, maybe you're a busy mom on the go and you have crock-pot meals, whatever it is. I assure you, you're better at something than everyone else, okay? Leverage it. Do 3 tips, sneak it in at the end of your video. Guys, just so you know, I wanted to invite you to my boot camp. I'm opening it up today. Give the rundown. You're sneaking it in. Facebook doesn't know you're doing it because you're on a live feed. They just think you're like blasting live feed. I do that at the end of every single one of my live feeds. Every time I plug it, whether I'm filling it, whether I'm giving tips on how to stay more accountable to your fitness. That's it, okay? And if you really, really don't know what to do on these feeds or even in your content, that's going to lead me to tip number 2. You need to find your niche, okay? You need to sit down and think about what the top 5 things are that you're really passionate about, that you're really good at. So I suck at cooking. I suck at it. I eat the same stuff over and over again. It's not pretty. It doesn't look good in photos. It doesn't even taste good half the time. It just fits my containers and that's what I eat. Truthfully, I don't post recipes because of that. That's not what people are coming to me for. What I'm good at, I have good form. I'm a trainer. I was a dancer. And so I look good working out on camera. So that's what works for me. People look at me and say, oh, she's pretty athletic. I can get a workout from her, okay? So I recognize that's what I'm good at. I've leveraged that strength, okay? We're all going to have different strengths on this call. Leverage that. It can be recipes. It can be mom tips. It can be couples tips. Whatever it is, find your 5, whether it be faith, family, fitness, you name it, guys. It doesn't have to all be fitness and nutrition all the time, okay? Missa does really fun, just kind of motivational quotes all the time, and they do really well for her. And Missa's a little bit sassy in her, she can get away with being slightly vulgar. I can't get away with that on my page. People get really pissed off at me, even though that's kind of who I am. But start being really genuinely and authentically you and find your niche. Don't try to be everything. Don't try to be everything. If you don't film well, or if you don't know how to craft a workout video like I do, don't spend 6 hours a day trying to do that. Do what you're good at, leverage it, and be a boss at it, okay? Number 3, I already said this, but it's probably the most important, is be consistent Okay. The reason why I went from 25,000 likes, paid followers, to 277,000 of organic, and people coming to me and already trusting me because they feel like they know me and they feel like I'm a credible source, is because I was posting a video every single day at the same time of day. Okay. So people knew what they were going to get, when they were going to get it. Okay. I'm shaking it up a little bit from how I initially went viral. Because again, I'm going with the Facebook flow. I'm trying to do more live feeds. But you have to be so consistent. Like, I started doing content in 2013. It took me 2 years for that one video to like really go big for me. Okay. And there's another coach, I forget her name. It's the Beachbody coach that is like eating the fries with the bag of spinach. Like, she just went viral by being herself, being funny, and generally just putting out really good content. Like, that's what you got to do. That's how you make it big. Like, look at that Chewbacca lady. You think she was intending to go viral? No, she was just literally being herself and having like the best time ever with a stupid mask. And now like she's been on like every morning TV show. She's famous now, right? So it's the power of social media, you guys. Don't try to be someone you're not. Don't jack people's content. Don't go to my page and be like, okay, I'm just going to do what Amanda did because that worked for her. And trust me, there are a bunch of coaches not in our downline that have done that, and it's not cool. They're taking my viral video and calling it theirs. Don't do that. Don't be that coach. Figure out who you are. Drive it home. Be a boss with it. And you will gain that momentum. And guess what the result's going to be, guys? You're going to attract people that you want to work with, the types of people you want to work with. Okay. Tip number 4, always ask yourself, is this helpful, informational, inspiring? Is it motivating? Like, no offense, because like I've done this, I did this in the beginning, but like you holding up your mine's combat because I've been boxing lately. Have you been if you're holding up this, like, is this helpful? Got my workout done today? No, it's not helpful. And it's not even really that motivating because nobody knows what this is. And it's like, okay, cool. She's posing, once in a while I'll do like a sweaty selfie or whatever and keep it really simple that way. But like that shouldn't really be the bulk of your content, because for most people, that's not going to get them off the couch. That's not going to get them in your inbox, and it's not going to get them to purchase a challenge back from you. Okay, so build some credibility. Think of your page as a way for you to build credibility and trust so you can shorten that window of forming, right? You guys all know what forming is? That relationship building. Like, people come to me and they feel like they know me. They feel like they can trust me. And it's all because I'm being myself on my page when I'm putting out really good content that's really helpful, and I'm like a resource for them. Okay. Tip number 5, posts should take longer than 3 minutes to launch. Like, if you're making really good content, it shouldn't take you 2 minutes to create it. Maybe a one-off post or like a quick one, but like the bulk of your content, if you're being very thoughtful in it and you're making great content that looks good, that's scroll stopping, that's actually helpful, it should take you longer than 3 minutes. When I make a video, it takes me probably 5 to 10 to film it. It takes me probably another 10 to cut it and put it into maybe even 15 to put it into like my blocks, how I do it. And then another 3 to 5 to actually post it on both Instagram and Facebook. So, and when I do regular posts, like say my challenge group invites that are photos, I'm doing those on Canva, and those are taking me a few minutes too, because I want them to be good. There's so much shit, like no offense, like, sorry, excuse my language, but like so much crap on Facebook that it's like, you really have to catch people's attention. You really, really have to. And you got to keep it short, and you got to keep it concise. I saw a statistic that was like, we have the attention span smaller than a goldfish, like 8 seconds. Like, you got to keep it short, concise, helpful, and it should take you a little bit to create, okay? Quality over quantity, always. I kind of touched on this already, but be you. Like, don't copy people. Don't, like, just because what's working for Missa, it might not work for you because you're a different human. And if you're just like pulling posts from like this coach and this coach and this coach and this coach, it's not going to flow. It's not going to be consistent, and nobody's going to relate to you because you're not really being you. Okay. So I think that getting over, if you're nervous or scared to like put yourself out there and share your story, you got to really overcome that hurdle, because people are never going to connect to you, and they're never going to really understand who you are, and you're always just going to be like a page that they might check out once in a while. Like, humanize yourself. Make yourself a person, and make yourself the best at what you do. I think that's the most important thing. Like, how can you set yourself apart from the other 400,000 coaches, and then the other million people that are trying to run a business on Facebook? Everyone is running their business on Facebook. So how can you be different? How can you stand out, right? It's super, super important. So I want to just like unmute and open up some dialogue. And I want to hear from you guys, like, what are you struggling with, or what questions do you have? Because, you know, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, you guys, and I know how frustrating social media can be. Before I quit my full-time job, I was, like, so irritated. Like, 3 people were seeing my posts, and I'm like, I don't understand. And then I realized it wasn't Facebook. It was me. So I want to, like, if you guys want to unmute and ask questions, I'm ready. None?
Hold on a minute. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Hold on. I can't hear you.
Sorry.
I messed up. I unmuted everyone and then muted everybody. So my guys, if you have a chat, if you want to if you have a question, put it in the chat.
Or like something that you really struggle with, like what's your biggest issue in the business with as it relates to content and social media?
I have a good question for you that came up in my chat with some of my girls today about boosting posts. Now, I know when you went viral, it was literally like a video and it happened overnight. Like, it was crazy watching your page kind of, but it was consistent. Like, you had consistency on your page for so long that it was like bound to happen, you know? Was what you were saying. But we were talking today about boosting posts. And I know you have such a big reach now that like I don't know if you do this at all, but you know, I've been talking to my team about boosting posts other than hooks, like doing a boost of really good content. So you do look like, if you're going to invest in your page, you know, you kind of look like you're sharing more things and just, hey, come join me, come join me, come join me, like sharing good stuff. But what do you think of boosting? Do you even use it now? Because
I don't for my business, but I do for Spruing. And I do a couple different initiatives. I do like a website click, which I wouldn't recommend for us because you're not just going to like drive them to your Beachbody website. So what I think is really powerful on Facebook right now is video views. So like what I would probably do if I were boosting is I would go into like create an ad and I would do a boost for video views. And I would like, if you're doing video, which you should be, if you really want to like be doing well on Facebook right now, you really, really got to figure out how you can work video and short video too. That would be my tip. Like, don't do like 2-minute videos. Do like 15 seconds are my videos. 15 seconds. And yeah, I get requests for longer ones, but nobody's going to watch them. I won't watch them. Like, people send me videos and I'm like, oh my God, tapping it. Like, when is this over? Even if I like it. Even if it's enjoyable to me, I won't, like, I'm like, I can't do it. Just don't have the attention span for it. So I would probably do a video views boost on like a workout video, or maybe it's you doing recipes or whatever your video is. But I also do like the idea of boosting a non-promotional post. I think that's smart. I think it like, think about what you do the best. Again, it goes back to that first or second assignment I gave you. First, look through your page, and then second, think about what you're really good at and what your kind of like page is going to be all about. And then like deliver that in a boosted post. You know what I mean? I think that's smart.
Okay.
Keep it really short. Keep it a really beautiful photo or video. And I think that's a legit solution to kind of growing. But like, target your ads, you guys. Like, you got to be really smart when you're targeting. This is why I say you should really invest in like a good training with a real expert, because otherwise you're just going to piss away your money with no return. And that's not, like, if you're not converting, people, not necessarily, it might not be sales right away, but if you're not converting people into your inbox, what good is that $5 a day or whatever it is? You know what I mean?
Okay, so I have another question. What are your top 5 apps that help you build your page, and like apps on your phone or on the computer? And what is the top training that you would recommend for someone to invest in? I know Jesse Regan's is like 300, but
yeah, I would say for training, Jesse Regan's is, from what I hear, really, really good. Sandy Kurkowski also has one, and she does like sales on hers. Oh my God, look at my dog. Hers can go on sale quite frequently, and she gives you a ton of resources. What's her name? Amy Porterfield. Another one. Try to think. If I think of more, I'll message them to you, Missa, but those are probably the top 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. I did that practical social media one with Tracy Morrow and Steve McDonald, and I didn't love that one for me, but I know a lot of coaches that like that one. My apps that I use from desktop for like my photos and stuff, I use Canva. I know a lot of coaches like PicMonkey, but I couldn't figure out PicMonkey. Like Canva was easier for me. And then
vice versa. I can't figure out Canva, but I love it.
That's fine. And then for my phone, I use Video Shop. And like literally, like for my videos, I just and I've actually been doing it less now that Facebook has the live feed. I've been hopping on live a lot more. But I just record all my videos. Like I literally set up my camera, I walk up to it, I press start, and then I go film a move like right there, and then I walk back to it and I hit stop, and then I hit start again and I do another move. So like I'm literally just walking back and forth and doing like 5 reps of each move, and then I trim it and cut it and make it fit 15 seconds. And then I use WordSwag for photos. I use iMovie sometimes, mostly Video Shop though. Hold on, I'm just looking at my phone. I think those are the main ones I use.
All right, cool.
There was another video one, but I can't remember. Oh, I like Photofy too. That's a good photo one.
I love Photofy.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, those are the main ones I use.
Sweet. Guys, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Penny posted one. Let me see.
Cool.
Her time. You don't like pictures and video of yourself, it's uncomfortable. So like, Penny, are you uncomfortable? Like what makes you uncomfortable? Like people are gonna think you're being vain? Do you feel like not confident in yourself yet? Oh my God, my dog is like attacking me. While you type that out, I'm gonna put him in his cage real quick. Stop. Sit up.
I love when my dogs start barking in the middle of like a getting started right call. I think my coaches are used to it now.
Yeah, I'm sure he totally will any second.
Aww, Jill has her pup on the call.
I can't wait till my pup's not a jerk anymore.
Puppy.
And a kitty.
There's a kitty. All my animals are like lazy and they're all playing.
Oh,
instead of typing it, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm self-conscious. And I've had a stroke, so I try to hide the one side of my face from people seeing the stroke symptoms. That's why I have a hard time with it.
Yeah, I understand that. I totally get that. So my advice to you would be, like, to me, if I came across someone that had a stroke but was, like, killing their fitness and, like, making a business of it, I'd be like, hell yeah, I can do this. So I know this is really easy for me to say. I'm sorry. I know this is really easy for me to say, like, because I haven't gone through that and I don't know the struggle of it. But like, turn your mess into your message, right? Like, share that. Like, if you're comfortable, or try to like get comfortable, even breadcrumbing, what you've been through and how hard it's been. Because all that's going to do is it's going to make people connect to you. It's going to make people see that like when we put ourselves out there, sometimes I think people think it's easy for us because we just do it. but it's not easy for any of us. We all go through seasons of life where we don't want to work out, where something happens in our life where, you know, we're really struggling emotionally or mentally or whatever. And so I think like it humanizes you, Penny, and like, wow, she struggles too. And like, if she can do this, maybe I can do it too. It gives people hope, if that makes sense. And I think like share that. Like, I hate posting photos of myself because I've been through this. Because you think you're the only woman that hates Simba. Do you think you're the only woman that hates posting photos of herself? Absolutely not. I'm working with this woman right now to try to help her lose 100 pounds, and her goal is to feel good posting a picture of herself. And so, like, I think, like, trying to get really comfortable, you know, maybe it's going to be in small increments, Penny, but, like, sharing your story and, like, front-loading it with, like, this is so uncomfortable for me, but if I can just inspire one person today with my story or putting myself out there, you know, I think figuring out how you can channel that insecurity and that struggle into inspiring someone else. Today I'm going to post this selfie of myself and it scares me. What are you going to do today that's scary, that is out of your comfort zone? Because that's where growth happens, right? Maybe a lot of your content is talking about getting out of the comfort zone to find your maximum growth potential, you know? And I would say keep diving. Simba, I'm trying to help. I would say really, really double down on personal development to help you get over that next thing. Like, I can relate in a small way. Like, I thought I could run a page on like Pinterest photos and quotes and stuff, and I was scared to post myself because I thought people would think I was like being vain or bragging, and I thought people would be Simba. I thought people would be annoyed by it. And I found the opposite. I found people really supported me and liked to see it, and now like I'm posting selfies nonstop, you know. But I too did not want to post pictures of myself for a different reason. But like, it's kind of like the live thing. Like, I held off going live for so long because I was like, I'm a perfectionist, and I'm like, I'm not going to get it right. I'm going to be mad at what I put out there. Didn't do it. Finally, I was like, Amanda, do it. You're being a bad example for your coaches by not just getting it done. And I told my team, I'm scared. I don't want to do this. I'm going to do it right now. And I went on and I did it. And then I was like, oh, that was so fun. I was like, I want to do it again right now. You know, so like, it's kind of overcoming step by step, you know, those things that are totally scary and out of your comfort zone. And maybe it's not like going on video right away. Maybe you start with photos because it's not so in your face. But I think double down on personal development and figure out how you can make your story.
Look at the dog. Look at, oh my God, the dog's like going like this, like, what is that noise? Oh, that is so cute. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
For moms, because we get it. It's like a normal lady, like bringing the baby. We're like yelling at our dogs. Like, my dog's coming up and like screaming. Anyway, sorry.
Penny, did that help a little bit? Okay.
That was amazing. You kind of called me out there because I went live like a few times and loved it and then stopped doing it because I was just like, I got freaked out and I messed up. Like, my music wasn't working and I was like, oh my God, people can see me. And I got like embarrassed and I was like,
oh, like every time my boss calls and interrupts my live feed, every time I'm like, sorry guys, another incoming call. Like, it never goes perfect. And honestly, every time, like, I don't want you guys to say this. Oh my God, you guys. I don't want you guys to sit on this call and think like, oh, she's got it all figured out. That's perfect. Like, oh my God.
Get him. Just get him out.
You're so annoying. He's going to sit here and just bite me. Like, I suffer majorly from perfectionism, like bad. It like debilitates my business sometimes, and I just like can't get it done. And so like, I don't want you guys to think like, oh, she's speaking on this call, she's got it figured out. Like, she's got all these followers. Like, I struggle. I drive the struggle bus most days. And so we all have the hurdles, and we all like you would think that many followers like would equal like Success Club gajillion every month. Like, no, I have to work for that 10 points every month, you know, in content and in personal conversations, and overcoming the same objections that you guys do with price and and I have shakes and same thing. I get the same objections you guys do. But I will tell you, like, the good content, that's one barrier that I've kind of crossed, because they do trust me a little bit more. I don't just go as long forming them. But, I still have the same objections and the same fears, and, I still beat myself up and all that stuff, just like you guys do, for sure. I run the same business you do, the same opportunity. It's just kind of like, day by day, missing in the same groups with me where I'm like, I suck. So.
No, it's totally, you guys, am I unmuted? Yeah. I think everything you shared tonight was so awesome, and just like telling us go live. Like, I mean, I think I needed to hear that. Like, that's my biggest takeaway, is you saying just, and from the beginning, you guys, she is like the enforcer, but she does it like in such a loving way. And you guys can probably feel that. Like, she's telling you because she knows, like, the way she talks and gives direction, you've always been like that, like confident. People trust you. You put it out there, and just like she's talking to us tonight. So I loved like your delivery of everything. It just kind of really like, I have a whole page of notes. Look, I have like a whole page of notes.
Yeah.
I'm just like writing stuff down. So leverage what you're be consistent.
Gotta go with the flow on the content, and like see what's working good. And if you don't adapt to like what's working and what's popular on the feed, like follow big names, follow the Gary Vaynerchuk's, and follow the Chalene Johnsons. Like, they're usually ahead of the curve on what's like working on the platform, and see what they're doing. Or scroll your news feed as a user. What are you seeing? I guarantee you, if you scroll your feed right now, of the 10 first posts that you see, I bet 8 of them are video. I can almost guarantee it. What does that mean? What does that mean for you? Get doing video. Like, you got it. If you want to be relevant, you got to eat that frog. You got to get out of your comfort zone and go for it. And it's so funny. One of my rock stars, Danny, she's so funny. Like, she's my one coach that, like, if I say do it, she just does it. But there were a couple things that like took her a minute to like really adapt to it. She's like, guys, I listened to Amanda, and it's like she knows what she's talking about. I'm like, see? just go out there and get it done. Get it done. The worst that can happen is it's like it fails and you delete it. Do you know what I started doing, Amanda, that has really helped my page, and I was telling my team this today, was I started sharing video from other pages. Like, I shared an HGTV video of a wine slushie on my like page, and I got 25 shares, 100 and some likes. And then my post before that, which was a food picture, which usually my page does really well with, I got like 10 or 5 likes. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm sharing someone else's content. It's a video, and it's getting shared a ton of times off of my page. Like, I was just like, this is crazy. And I know exactly what you're saying, is video is like where it's at. So I started putting my workout videos back up there again, but you definitely challenged me to go live, team. I definitely think like we all should say we are going to go live in the next 7 days. Or can I give you a challenge? This is what I did with my team. I did this for Maylie's team, I think, too. What you should do, guys, is go live with a top tip, whatever it is. Like, think about what you're really good at. Do the first 2 assignments first, right? Check your page out, and then like figure out what your top 5 are, and do a top 3 tips for staying on track on the weekends. Top 3 tips for getting your workouts done first thing in the morning. And top 3 do it. Oh, this is what I did. This one did really well. Give them a sneak peek in your fridge. Like, if you don't know what to do, if you don't have tips, like, this is what I eat. This is, take them into your cupboards, take them into your fridge. And then at the end, plug a coaching opportunity or a challenge. Just try it. Just go for it.
Awesome.
I promise you, you'll feel good about it, and then you'll want to do it again and again and again, and you'll be a rock star in no time.
I love that challenge. I'm almost like still scared. I'm like scared about it.
And tag me. You guys should tag me so I can see them too.
Awesome. Okay, guys. I don't think we have any other questions. Amanda, thank you so much. And
of course,
tell Simba that we love him. And
he's being such a jerk right now.
But guys, I want to thank you for jumping on. I'll post the recording to the team. If you have any questions for me after, and you don't want to post now for some reason while you have Amanda here, just let me know and I'll get them to Amanda. But
Yeah, you guys are welcome to message me as well.
yeah, follow her page. And one last thing before we end the call, what are you reading right now, your personal development, or listening to? What has been your personal development action? Did you hear me?
Oh, me? You're asking me? I'm sorry. I thought you were asking your team. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm really big. What I've been doing lately is listening because I'm not getting it done reading. So I've been listening to Brendan Burchard's Charged Life.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Which I love. Combination of that, the Joel Osteen series, and Shalene's Build Your Tribe. Like I spend my shower time. That's my go-to. And I do better with those kind of 25-minute, 45-minute podcasts than doing whole books. Because I kind of I wake up in a different mood every day, and I'm kind of okay, what am I feeling today? What do I really need help with today? And so that's why I like the podcast a little bit more.
So guys, Chalene Johnson, that's her tribe one.
Yeah, that one's more business focused.
Yeah.
But the Chalene show is awesome too if you're struggling with your own journey. Because guys, if you're not rocking your own journey, it's hard to rock your business, right? It's hard to make good content. It's hard to help other people if you're not helping yourself. So if you're struggling on your own journey, listen to Shalene's
Chalene Show.
Yeah, Chalene Show.
Yeah. And then Build Your Tribe is her business one. So I see her in my newsfeed all the time. I have her marked as first, so she pops up a lot because she's always live. Seriously.
Yeah, love her.
And then Gary Vaynerchuk, he definitely does drop the F-bomb all the time.
He's so vulgar, but he's amazing.
He's vulgar, but he tells you how it is. He's the one who wrote Jab, 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 Right Hook, you guys. So,
and he's our keynote speaker at Summit.
Yes, and he's speaking at Summit. So that if you don't have that book, grab it. Jab, 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 Right Hook. We talk about putting a posting jab, a Shakeology jab, a coaching jab. I put those in our team calendar. If you're like, what the hell is she talking about? Jab, hook, whatever. It's that. So make sure that, you pick that up before he will be at Summit. So, all right. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Yes, thank you. Have a great night, everybody.